What's up, guys? Today we're back working on the Miata and we're going to be installing some Fab9 coil packs. Now the reason that I wanted to go ahead and do this upgrade, this is a completely stock engine, so it's not like a huge thing, but I do have a slight misfire, and I've replaced the plugs, I replaced the leads. As you can see, those are nice new NGK leads, but I still have a little misfire. Now I've replaced those coil packs a couple different times, and it always seems like the new coil packs actually make the misfire worse. Or something, I don't know, it kind of feels like different though, but still not like how it should be. So I'm hoping this Fab9 coil pack system will just get rid of these weird dual wasted spark setups, and hopefully it'll be really nice. So let's go ahead and check out the Fab9 stuff. This is what I got in the mail. You get 4 coils and then this whole harness and everything. It's about $300, and there are 3 different variations of this for different model years. So this one here specifically is for 2001 through 2005, I believe. So as you can see, we've got 4 leads there for the coils, and then I believe these 2 plug into the stock connectors. We're gonna have to figure that out. It's a little odd. And then this is just the coil driver. So they have kind of instructions that don't really instruct anything. So we're just going to kind of plug this in, see what works. Hopefully some of the colors on here match the colors on the car, and we'll be able to figure this out. But I'm going to go ahead and start by just taking all these off and just pulling everything out. Alright guys, as you can see, I got the old coil packs removed. It took like 2 minutes, super easy. They're bolted down with some 10 mils. But now we have the old lead here. So we're going to come over. The wiring that it comes with is not very helpful. It says connect coil pack 1 and 4 wire to the wires coming from the coil driver. But it says green and white. And, well, neither of these are green and white, but this one is green and black. And then it says the other one for coils 2 and 3, they're yellow and brown. And as you can see, they're not yellow and brown, but there's red and brown. So I think that kind of matches. I have absolutely no idea. So I'm just gonna plug them in and see what happens. But you can see where there are 3 different combinations here, and 2001 to 2005 connects in the middle, I guess. And then they say to secure the ignition module to the firewall for best results. So let's go ahead and plug that in and see what happens. Alright guys, well, we've made some progress. You can see I got the coils in, they're all wired up, and I just have the ignition control box just sitting right there for now. But I've got to say, well, this is an honest review of these, and I actually think it's almost a little stupid and kind of garbage the way that they set this up. So these coils don't fit perfectly in these cylinder walls, so what they do is they give you an O-ring, if you can see right there. They give you an O-ring that kind of fits in and then it seals it up, which I guess it works. You know, I think a sleeve would be better. But the thing is, first of all, they didn't give me one, so this one wobbles around. I only got 3 O-rings for some reason. And then fourth, I don't know why they made this one wire so long here. All the others are like the correct length, so I don't know if they wanted me to flip that one around 180 degrees or something. It doesn't make any sense, and why it doesn't have any sheathing on it. But whatever. So what I went ahead and did is peeled the old harness back that way, and I don't know if you guys can see them. The old connectors are back there. I'm probably going to go ahead and zip tie them to this main engine loom just to keep them from bouncing around too much. And then I think what I'm going to do is try to mount this somewhere like right here or so. The main reason I think they want you to mount it to the firewall is because this piece right here is kind of like a heat sink, and you want to try to get as much of that heat away from the ignition module as possible. So I'm probably not going to drill a hole in my firewall because that would be kind of stupid. So I have this big piece of stainless steel that I have from an old project. So I'm probably going to try to bend up some sort of bracket for it, and this will act as a decent heat sink for it as well. But I don't know. So I'm going to go ahead and test fire it real quick, see if the random wiring mislabeling is actually correct, see if it runs right. And hopefully that one not having O-ring will be fine. I'm going to contact them and get them to send me one, because it's kind of stupid that they gave me 3. But we'll figure out how this goes. So let's go ahead and start it up and see what happens. Alright guys, so I went ahead and cranked it over, got no ignition, swapped the 2 leads, cranked it over, got no ignition again. So I remembered that it did come with some new spark plugs, so I pulled them out. Pulled out the new spark plugs and the old spark plugs, and not too big of a difference. The heights are the same, but I did notice the electrode distance on the old one versus the electrode distance on the new one is a pretty big difference. So I'm going to swap out the new Brisk Racing plugs that came with the kit. Hopefully that makes it fire up. Alright guys, well I have gone ahead and swapped out the spark plugs. I have fired it, I've changed the ignition leads again, fired it, and just nothing has happened. So far my experience has been pretty garbage with this kit, but I'm going to go ahead and email Fab9, get their take on it. All the videos I've watched say it is strictly plug and play, that there should be no issues with anything going on here. So fingers crossed they can go ahead and get back to me with a fix or some sort of way to make it work. So I'm going to go ahead and put the original stuff back on for now. I'm going to leave the plugs that they gave me in the car and see if that actually helps with my misfire, because I noticed the plug gapping on my old plugs, which there's like maybe 15 to 20,000 miles on them. It's not really that much. It's pretty inconsistent and it's pretty wide. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the new plugs in for now. But I also realized in the videos that they have on their website for installing this, they've got like a really nice like weather boot that goes around the plug, and these ones just have O-rings. So I'm gonna also include in my email a question about whether or not those are the only thing that I get. The boots that they had, granted theirs was an NA Miata engine, but the valve covers are pretty dang similar. Obviously I have the VVT solenoid up here, but like the well around here is the same, so I don't know why they would give NAs a boot that actually seals properly and then not give me a boot that seals properly. So I'm gonna go ahead, email them, and we'll see what happens next. Alright guys, it has been almost 3 weeks since we saw this last. I just went ahead and pulled everything out and put the original coils back in because it was not working. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you my entire experience with them in case you're curious about getting this kit. Just, you know, I paid full $300 something for this, so I'm going to go ahead and review it however I want. You guys already know that I was a little frustrated before, but I'm actually even more frustrated now. It was an absolute pain in the butt to get this working. Fab9, you know, I could tell that they were trying very hard at some points, but they just were falling very far short of what needed to happen. So I emailed them the Sunday night after I installed these. Obviously it was the weekend, I don't care. I will wait for them on the weekend, or the weekdays. So Monday morning rolls around and they responded really promptly. They said, "We're sorry you're having that issue. Send us some pictures of the wiring and we'll make sure it's wired up properly." So Monday morning I send them pictures, and I don't hear anything Tuesday, I don't hear anything Wednesday, and so on Thursday morning, I sent them another email, said, "Hey, you know, you have any idea what's going on here?" And then they responded on Friday, so a whole day after that. They were like, "Hey, I went ahead and sent this to this product person who builds these or whatever, and he will respond to you once he gets in." Well, he never responded to me when he got in or whatever, so that next Monday was a holiday, so I did not expect them to contact me on that Monday. But then they did not contact me on Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday or Friday of that week. I was not working on this car at the time, which is why I wasn't really bugging them. But at that point, it had been almost 2 weeks, and I had 2 emails from them. One saying, send us pictures, and the other saying, "We are going to go ahead and get back to you." And they hadn't done anything, and it was pretty annoying. So the next Monday rolls around and hear nothing. And then next Tuesday, I went ahead and finally emailed them, and I was like, "Guys, it's been about a week and a half since I've heard from you. I need to know what's going on." At that point, I was pretty upset. I kind of just wanted a refund at that point because the customer service was so bad. But I really wanted this setup, you know, and so I just stuck with it a little bit longer. And then so I emailed them on Tuesday. It took a whole day for them to respond again on Wednesday. And they're like, "All right, what the issue is these 2 plugs right here that connect to the original factory harness. These 2 wires were backwards, and these 2 wires were shifted, so if they went down instead of those 2, and it was that one and that middle one. So these were completely wired wrong. They said, "Here is how it should be wired." They sent me a picture. That was nice of them. You know, I will be honest, you know, I appreciated that they sent me that, but at the same time, they did not offer to fix it for me. They did not offer to send me new connectors, because I don't know if you guys have ever worked on connectors before. They have stupid little tabs in them. You have to like pry back and then pull the old pin out, and if you can't get it, it'll break those tabs, it'll mar them up. It'll just be a whole hassle. I probably spent half an hour trying to depin those dang connectors, and then repin them the correct direction, just because those little stupid tabs are terrible. And obviously, you know, it's free for me to depin it and repin it myself, but they didn't even tell me how to. I've obviously done a lot of wiring work in the past, so I knew how to do it, but they didn't even give me any instructions. They didn't give me, they didn't offer to do it for me. They didn't do anything. They just said, this is how it should be. I'm like, okay, well, it should have been like that from when you guys sent it to me. But regardless, after all that hassle, it is now correct. So it is pinned correctly now. I got them, swapped them around. I went ahead, put all of the coils in, put the driver box on, and I started it up. It starts up really nice. It is a good setup now. So overall, I just had a horrible time, guys. You know, I paid the full price for this, and honestly, I was ready for a refund. If they had offered me one, I probably would have just taken it, because I was really upset to have to wait 3 weeks on top of the already 5-week lead time to get it built. It took 2 months for me from when I ordered it to actually installing it in my car, and that is just such a long time. I realize that there's, you know, issues and everything, but just on the communication front, it was horrible. Horrible. And you know, if you want this kit, it is a great value. I looked up the individual coils, the driver, because I contemplated making my own kit, and it is priced really, really well. I could find that 4-coil driver for about $200, a little less. I think Summit probably had the cheapest, and it was like $170 or $180 for the 4-coil driver. And then, not to mention, you need 4 of these coils. Coils can easily be $50 a piece. I couldn't get a great quote on these. I did want to find the original Densos. If you want to know, this is what the little tab on top says. You can look that up and find these. They're like for a little scooter or something. But for $300, I think it is really fairly priced, because you get a full wiring harness, full connectors. You know, I don't even know where you'd start to find those connectors. And then all of the connectors for the coils, everything. It is actually a pretty good price. But it was a horrible process. So if you guys want this is my honest opinion. I think it's a great quality kit. For the price, I would have loved to see a little bit more heat shrink right here. I don't know why they left this portion unheat shrunk, but the entire rest of the coil portion at least is heat shrunk. Kind of bugs me a little bit. You know, that was an inch that they could have added. But regardless, it is installed. It is working really well. Let me go ahead and run you through how I set it up finally. So I went ahead and made my own boot right there. I was really not a fan of those O-rings that they gave me, so I 3D printed those. If you guys are doing this and if you are going to go through this process, they're available on my store. If you want to buy a set of 4 of those, they're available. Go to thezgarage.net, click on the store tab, you'll find those in the listings. So those really nicely hug the spark plug wells, hug the coils. I can spray this off with water, and I have really good confidence that I'm not going to just be drowning my spark plugs in water. Those O-rings I was just not a great fan of. Coming over here, I haven't tucked this yet. I wanted to be able to show you guys. I'm just going to fold it down here back behind. I might zip tie it to one of these lines back here, but these guys will just fold back really nicely. I don't know if I pointed this out. The one that's red and brown, this is coil, whatever the front coil, 2 and 4 I guess was the front coil. That's where this one goes. And then obviously the green and the black is the other connector. So that's pretty good. I don't know why they print those in black and white. It's not helpful. And then coming over here, this is how I mounted my coil driver. So I made this little bracket out of stainless steel that I had. I just cut it up and then mounted it to this bolt right there, if you can see it. This is holding on a vacuum line for the brake booster. I only have it zip tied in because I think there's like M6 bolts or something. Really weird size. I don't have bolts for them right now. So it's zip tied for the time being. Ideally, you would want to mount this on the other side because this is where the exhaust manifold is. This is where it's going to get hottest. And the cooler that stays, the longer it's going to last. But I don't think it's actually too big of an issue. It should be relatively fine on its own. But I would have loved to mount it over here. There's just no place that I can see that would very cleanly and easily mount. Unless you wanted to like unbolt the windshield wiper motor, but I think that might mess up with spacing. I didn't want to mess with it. So over there is good enough for me. Alright guys, hopefully you thought this was pretty cool, even though I went through an absolute hassle to get it installed. I'm going to go ahead and jump in the car and we're going to go ahead and take it for a drive, see if there's any noticeable difference. I did do some 0 to 60s on this before, and I had a slight misfire. I think it was from the coils. You know, I did a whole ignition tune-up, I did a whole spark plug wire tune-up. Couldn't find anything wrong. Still a little bit of a misfire. So I'm hoping these coils solve that problem, and maybe we'll knock off a little bit of time in the 0 to 60. So let's go driving.
Alright guys, well hopefully you can hear me alright because this is my dash cam, so it is a little unconventional. I just didn't have a good way of mounting my regular camera. But we're going to go ahead and do a quick 0 to 60 with the new coils just to see how things are going. I did do a previous 0 to 60 in this before I did it, and I think I got a 15.2 0 to 60, which is not great for sure, but it's not terrible. I think the temperatures are a little bit colder today. It's definitely raining, so I'm pretty sure it's a little cooler. I don't think it's going to make much of a difference though. It's only light sprinkles, no traction loss. But regardless, I have not been able to feel a physical change in the coils, so I do think this would be best for higher power applications like turbo setups, but we're going to go ahead and give it a shot before any more rain comes down. So let's go and stage up real quick. We're going to come over here, and I do have my top down, so hopefully you guys can hear engine, or maybe it's just going to be all air for you guys, but we will see. And so we're going to listen for that beep for when the GPS 0 to 60 timer is set. And I will give it a little bit of a launch. Alright. Down on our closed force road just in case. And of course, let's just pull over right here. We'll compare the results, see how we did. I'm going to go ahead and put my top up real quick since it is raining now. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and check out the last race. I was wrong. It was not 15 seconds, which is, I guess, pretty good. It was only 12.1, definitely an improvement. But let's go ahead and check out this race. And, 12.8. So we lost a good amount of time, which is not ideal, of course. But I don't think it was the coil's fault. I do have a misfire, as I mentioned earlier, and I still feel it. So I think that is probably causing some issues. But overall, guys, you can see I've had an interesting experience installing these coils. Hopefully you guys could either, you know, vote for or against them of your own free will. I don't think it's a bad kit. I just didn't have a great time with the people who make it. So that's it, guys. If you have any questions about the installation, definitely drop a comment down below, and I will do my best to answer it. And I will see you guys later.